My name is Tony, and today I want to share a story that rugby fans across New Zealand, Australia, and around the world are still talking about. It was a night that delivered excitement, brilliant attacking rugby, emotional moments, and a reminder of how quickly sport can change from celebration to concern. The setting was FMG Stadium Waikato in Hamilton, where the Chiefs hosted the Reds in one of the most important matches of the Super Rugby Pacific season. The atmosphere before kickoff was electric. Thousands of supporters filled the stands knowing that a place in the semi-finals was on the line. The Chiefs entered the match carrying the expectations of their passionate supporters, while the Reds arrived determined to keep their season alive and give their departing coach, Les Kiss, a memorable farewell before he prepared for his next challenge with the Wallabies. As the teams ran onto the field, the noise from the crowd echoed around the stadium. The tension could be felt everywhere. Every supporter knew there would be no second chances. One team would move one step closer to the championship, while the other would see its season come to an end. The Chiefs started the game with confidence. Their players looked sharp and focused. Among them was Damian McKenzie, one of the most exciting players in world rugby. Having recently returned from concussion, there were questions about whether he would be at his best in such a high-pressure match. Those questions would soon be answered. The opening exchanges were intense. Both teams played with aggression and determination. Every tackle seemed harder, every carry more powerful, and every contest at the breakdown more competitive. Neither side wanted to give an inch. Then came a moment that nobody in the stadium expected. Wallace Sititi, one of the brightest young stars in New Zealand rugby, became involved in an accidental collision. It happened so quickly that many people did not fully understand what they had witnessed. During the contact, Wallace Sititi received a heavy blow to the head from a teammate. Almost immediately, concern spread across the stadium. Players from both teams stopped and looked toward the injured forward. Medical staff rushed onto the field. The crowd, which had been roaring moments earlier, suddenly fell silent. Wallace Sititi remained on the ground. The seriousness of the situation became apparent as medical personnel continued to work around him. Minutes passed, but the treatment continued. Players stood nearby, visibly worried. Coaches watched anxiously from the sidelines. For rugby supporters, moments like these are always difficult. Rivalries disappear. Results stop mattering. The only thing that matters is the well-being of the player. The match was halted for an extended period as medical staff provided treatment. Fans inside the stadium waited nervously for updates. Television viewers around the world watched with concern. Eventually, Wallace Sititi was carefully taken from the field. The applause from the crowd was heartfelt. Supporters from both sides showed their respect and support. It was a reminder that rugby is a sport built on competition, but also on community. For the Chiefs, the injury represented a major challenge. Wallace Sititi is not just another player. He has become one of the most influential forwards in the competition. His energy, athleticism, and ability to create momentum make him a key part of the Chiefs' success. Losing him so early in such an important match could easily have disrupted the team's focus. And initially, it did. The Reds sensed an opportunity. Queensland began to play with confidence and purpose. Their attack started finding space, and their forwards carried the ball with increasing authority. The Chiefs looked unsettled as they attempted to adjust after the emotional impact of losing one of their most important teammates. The visitors took advantage. The scoreboard began moving in their favor, and suddenly the home crowd found itself growing nervous. What had seemed like a promising evening for the Chiefs was becoming increasingly difficult. But great teams often reveal their character during challenging moments. The Chiefs refused to panic. Instead, they gradually regained their composure. Their senior players stepped forward. Communication improved. Defensive pressure increased. Most importantly, Damian McKenzie began to influence the game. Whenever the Chiefs needed inspiration, Damian McKenzie seemed ready to provide it. His speed, vision, and confidence started causing problems for the Reds' defense. Whether he was attacking the line, creating opportunities for teammates, or controlling territory with his kicking game, he looked determined to guide his team through adversity. As the first half continued, momentum slowly shifted. The Chiefs began to spend more time in attacking areas. Their forwards generated quick ball, allowing their dangerous backs to attack with greater freedom. One of the standout performers was Karen Tomoefalo. The winger demonstrated exceptional finishing ability, crossing the try line twice during the opening period. Each try energized the crowd and reminded everyone why the Chiefs are considered one of the strongest attacking teams in the competition. The Reds continued to fight bravely. To their credit, they never backed down. Every time the Chiefs appeared ready to take control, Queensland responded. Their commitment was impossible to question. This resilience reflected the culture that Les Kiss had built during his time with the team. Knowing it was his final match in charge before taking over Wallabies' responsibilities, his players were determined to give everything they had. As halftime approached, the contest remained intense. Both teams had produced moments of quality. Both teams had faced adversity. Both teams still believed victory was possible. Yet there was a growing feeling that the Chiefs were beginning to find another gear. When the halftime whistle finally arrived, the home side held an advantage, but the match remained far from decided. Inside the dressing room, the Chiefs' coaching staff delivered an important message. They knew the job was only half done. The Reds had already demonstrated they would not surrender easily. Any drop in intensity could allow Queensland back into the contest. Meanwhile, the emotional impact of Wallace Sititi's